Hi everyone, today we're in the city of Bristol, and you may be able to hear in the background some drums. There's some guy over there doing a bit of busking. So Bristol, so what's Bristol famous for? The accent. It's very famous for the accent. Locals call it Brizzle. The city's also famous for Brunel. Yeah, Brunel, do you know Brunel?
Yeah, he built the suspension bridge.
He built the suspension bridge exactly over the Clifton Gorge. Banksy was born here.
Cool.
Yeah, the artist. Cary Grant, the Hollywood actor, was actually born in Bristol. Anyway, we're going to have a little walk around and check out the city, see what we can see. So, my darling, first impressions of Bristol.
Well, this street is nice, but generally it seems a little bit grotty. You know, it's the same size as my hometown, Ghetto, and I thought that we had a problem with drugs and alcohol, but here I see that, you know, you can smell weed just literally everywhere.
A lot of people drinking, lots of groups of men together, drinking, and
generally it doesn't feel super safe. So I guess it must be fun if you are a student and you are, you know, into these sorts of things. But I'm not sure I would like to live here, to be honest with you.
Now we're going to have a look around. Maybe we'll find some nice parts.
Yeah.
So maybe there'll be some nice parts for me to show you. We'll see. Okay, let's go. We're now going to head a little bit further outside of the city centre. I think we're going towards the Ghetto, actually. We're going to go and meet a friend of Katya's who she studied with in Crimea. And this friend is also a refugee in the UK now. This is Tanya, my wife's friend. And you were born in Crimea, yeah?
That's right.
So she was born in Crimea. So you're in England. Why are you in England?
I moved here with my kids because whatever happened, you know, the war that Russia started in Ukraine in February had a big influence on the people who are living in Crimea as well. And I could not stand living in the country and growing my kids in this country.
Yeah.
I did not want to pay taxes in this country, obviously. So I had to make a quick move, and I came to England because my father lives here.
Yeah.
So I'm really grateful that I had a place to go.
So what's the general kind of attitude, the mood in Crimea in response to the war then? Do people support it? Are they against it?
Among people who are my friends, you know, among my friends, my family, nobody supports this, of course. I have come across a couple of people, like, who repeat things that they hear on TV about this operation of, what do they call it?
The special military operation.
I have heard people say that.
Yeah.
And it's like, whoa, you know, some people actually like believe this and they repeat this. So I have heard that, and it feels strange. It feels really strange that there are people who, you know, I'm sorry to say, get so brainwashed.
Yeah.
And it's very sad because there are some people of my age who live in Ukraine, who have moved to Ukraine from Crimea a while ago, and whose parents have stayed in Crimea. And I personally know some of my friends are like this, and their mothers, and they have problems between the kids and the parents because their mothers are brainwashed and they don't believe what their kid is telling them.
So my darling, was it nice to catch up with Tanya?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. When did you last see her?
8 years ago.
8 years in Crimea.
Yeah, so I left right after the occupation, maybe a couple of weeks after that.
Right.
And, you know, I haven't been there ever since, so I haven't seen her.
So anyway, we've come down to the port area now. Have your views of Bristol changed?
Yeah. It's lovely here, you know, and so the park where we just went, it was nice, and this area is quite pretty.
Yeah, this is nicer, isn't it? Yeah, definitely.
It depends where you go, and probably if you come to Bristol, ask the locals.
Yeah, we're go down to the port area because it's nicer. But the centre, the shopping centre, was a bit like, you know, the area where all the shops are was, not nice, was it?
No, it wasn't.
But people here, there seem to be less druggies and weirdos around, don't there?
Oh, and
So-
I think I see a Ukrainian flag over there. Look.
We've seen 3 Ukrainian flags actually now, haven't we? Above buildings in the city, so it's cool. It's nice to see. All right, so let's have a little wander around, find somewhere for tea.
Yeah.
Cool. Behind me is the SS Great Britain. It was designed by Brunel and used to take passengers from Bristol to New York. Now it sits here in Bristol as a museum. So there you go, that's Bristol. We're going to head back to North Devon now. Would you recommend Bristol?
Well, if you go to the right places, then yeah.
Yeah. So this is nice next to the cathedral. This is quite a nice area. Down by the docks, yeah, where we were earlier, that's quite nice. But yeah, other places, not so nice. A bit grotty, a few weirdos. But anyway, so come to Bristol maybe, have a look around. But you'd be better off maybe after the war going to Ukraine and visiting Ukraine because it's much more beautiful. Anyway, I'll see you soon.